Reality has always been based on perception, beloved. Greetings to you, peace be upon you, and may this find you in divine wisdom. To all Elos and Elohims of this vast space that we share as a planet called Ki. Now, if you look at the Sphinx, you can tell after greater studies, you'll be able to realize that the head of the Sphinx is much smaller in proportion to the body of the Sphinx. So what I'm saying to you is, when they told you they started discovering all these things in Egypt, what actually they were doing is, instead of a discovery site, this was more of a construction site, you see. So the Sphinx, the head of the Sphinx was recreated, redesigned, and it was redesigned to match the first president of what they called the United States, aka George Washington. See, when you have no history on the planet, you have to go do what you see the ancient ones do, which is write themselves in stones. All creations on this planet that's of carbonated origin, you can find them in hieroglyphs. However, when you go to the human being species, you don't find them anywhere. So when you look at the Sphinx, you can see it's literally mimicking the head of George Washington. So they to put themselves in history, you've also seen them go create stuff like Mount Rushmore, where you see they have these presidential faces and heads in stones, trying to create their version of history. See, a human have no history in stone. Gods write history in stone because it is timeless. But when you put it on paper, it can be changed and altered and used to be deceived. So you're dealing with the seed of the devil. You know what I mean? So George Washington, who was taught to you to be the first president, the United States earned its name by a man from England called Thomas Paine. So Thomas Paine was the man who named the United States of America. Then, you have America itself. The word America comes from, as they tell you in their lies, it came from Amerigo Vespucci, some Italian sailor, right? Then also they'll tell you got all these Spanish conquistadors coming to your land as well. Spanish as a language was created in the land of Italy. Yes, Spanish was created in Italy. So as you see, all these are different speaking languages, but they're all of the same species, the same humans, but they're just speaking different languages. And as you can realize, they're all coming to invade you in different time frames. See what I'm saying? So George Washington was made president by Freemason Benjamin Banneker. He was who brought him into Freemasonry, right? And if you look at Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C. was designed by Benjamin Banneker. He was a Moor. And he was the one that taught the humans. You know what I'm saying? Well, not saying necessarily taught the humans. He helped George Washington to get into his power. If you realize George Washington was the leader in the American Revolution War. You know what I'm saying? He was the leader of the army. Somebody must have been president to put him in that place. So before he was president of the United States, John Hanson was the first black president of the Union. Also the 9th president of the Union, which was Elias Boudinot. He was also another black president of the Union. He was the 9th president, right? So as you can see, there was many presidents before George Washington came up, but George Washington was actually just the president of the United States of America. See? So they can keep all that Black History Month, because all that's a waste. Because the story that we got is far too great for them to only trying to give us a taste. Ashe.